Remember the Christmas Bowl? The dream shared by three friends written on a high school TV set? Yeah, let's not animate that. Hey everybody, it's Axel Blaze here with the first video in a new series called The Arcs That Anime Forgot. There are a lot of great anime that are produced every month that come from manga, light novels, video games, and more. That being said, there are several anime that never get to fully adapt their source material for various reasons. Usually because the source material hasn't finished and the anime rushed to get there. The series is designed to talk about the story arcs that didn't get the anime treatment, and since I can't stop talking about the series and its creators, I figured that the best manga to kick things off with this new video series is Eyeshield 21. But before I begin, I should stress that this video will have spoilers. And look at this, there's giant text all over the screen right now. So if you haven't read the final arcs of Eyeshield 21 and you don't want to get spoiled, add this video to your watch later list and come back to it later when you're ready to watch and discuss. That being said, if you already have read Eyeshield 21, that's great. And if you haven't read it but you are okay with spoilers, then feel free to keep watching and then read it for yourself if you find it interesting enough. Now then, along with spoilers, I will be sharing my opinions on certain plot points, characters, and more. And as I stress in every video with opinions, these are just that, my opinions. And I welcome discussion. Without further ado, let's talk about the arcs that anime forgot, Eyeshield 21, Part 1. So where did things leave off? The Deimon Devilbats beat the Ojo White Knights in the semi-finals of the Kanto Tournament, and were set to face off against the winner of the Seibu Wild Gunman versus Hakushu Dinosaurs game. And the winner would get to go to the Christmas Bowl, the football dream they had from the beginning. Except we don't get that. We don't get that at all. Instead, we get a time skip showing Sena playing in the NFL with his former teammates cheering him on in the stands. Sure. Now the animators decide to put Musashi and Yukimitsu's hairstyle changes in the last few seconds of a made-for-anime ending, not, you know, in the Shinryuji Naga's game where they first appeared. Am I being petty? Yes. What? There's no but there. Musashi's mohawk is iconic. I am allowed to be petty, damn it. Alright, enough. Let's get back to the plot. Deimon is going to the finals, but which team will they play against for the Christmas Bowl ticket? The other semi-final match of the Kanto Tournament is Seibu's Wild Gunman versus the Hakushu Dinosaurs. The anime already showed us that the dinosaurs absolutely destroyed the Taiyo Sphinx. They were the dark horse that came out of nowhere, but could they defeat Seibu? Well, the obvious answer is yes. They destroy them, but let's pretend that manga logic isn't in effect here and go over what leads up to that. After Deimon returns to their clubroom, they see it filled to the brim with flowers, and they think that Hiruma is responsible, but he's not. Musashi can't help but make the mobster connection. Meanwhile, Sena gets a letter to meet with the female manager of the dinosaurs, Maruko, aka Maria. When Sena arrives, he is met by both Maria and Riku from Seibu. She asks that the two of them have their teams forfeit so that no one has to get hurt, but Riku says that she shouldn't have called Sena over because the gunmen are going to beat the dinosaurs. Maria is just about to show the two of them footage of the dinosaurs' victories, but then Marco and Gao show up. Some speedy maneuvering prevents the footage, and Maria for that matter, from getting destroyed, and after watching it, neither Sena nor Riku back down from the challenge of defeating the dinosaurs. Fast forward to the match, and at first Seibu is actually on top over the dinosaurs. Kid can't get tackled if he throws his quick draw fast enough, and Riku can run past the defense with his new roping rodeo drive. Gao sticks to the rules, so he won't touch Kid if he doesn't have the ball. He's a monster of strength, but he's in no way mindless. Kid starts to feel confident in himself and his team for the first time. Maybe they can actually win. Maybe he can finally have a dream. And then the monster comes crashing in. Kid gets injured, the offensive line gets crushed, and Riku couldn't keep the team afloat after that. The finals have been decided. Devilbats versus dinosaurs. The winner would go to the Christmas Bowl. Fun fact, while I was rereading the manga for the 5th time, I actually noticed that the dinosaurs were mentioned way earlier in the manga, back at the very end of Volume 6. It was a bonus page where the author was talking about Seibu, Shinryuji, Taiyo, and Ojo, along with 4 other notable teams, which included Deimon, Sankaku Punks, and the Edomai Fishers. The dinosaurs were given a D ranking, but were rumored to have some massive reinforcements. What an understatement. We would get to briefly see the Punks and the Fishers in the tournament qualifiers, but the dinosaurs were left for the main tournament. It's cool to me that they actually got a nod so early on in the manga, and I'd never really noticed it before. So, what's the plan? The deal with Gao? Baseball! I mean, they're going to play baseball, but that's not actually the plan. Hiruma has Kurita trains with Banba from the Taiyo Sphinx so that he can go one-on-one with Gao. They really have no other intel on the dinosaurs, so no other plans are put into place. It's beat Gao or bust. Despite that, the dinosaurs have their own plan to take down Deimon. Prior to the match starting, the dinosaurs' captain Tengu makes fun of Kurita when he comes back from training covered in scars. Gao allows no disrespect toward his faded rival and beats the crap out of Tengu for making fun of him. And Marco freaks out because he now has to play both offense and defense to cover. Maria, however, is unfazed by the change. To her, it was an inevitable substitution anyway. The game begins, and Gao is an already dominating force. He's not just a threat when he's on defense. With him on the line, the dinosaurs are able to push their way down the field for touchdowns. And on top of that, they can go for 2-point conversions every time, rather than for a kick with a single point. Hiruma decides that they'll pass in order to get their own scoring game going. Monta gets one touchdown before Hakushu marked Monta with the left hand of the team, Kurosagi Hiromi. The frail player is deceptively strong and uses his Terror Claw to wrap around Monta's arm and snap the ball out of his hands. This puts a stop to Daimon's passing game, and that means Eyeshield needs to run. Marco starts to freak out that the defensive line is letting Sena run straight past him, yet Sena becomes worried. We see Sena visualize the path he needs to run time and time again, but this is the first time that the path gets cut. His worries become realized when Marco reveals his trump card against Eyeshield 21, the Screw Bite. He successfully steals the ball from Sena mid-Devilbat Hurricane and runs the ball in for a touchdown. The score is now 16-7. Before the Devilbats can mount a counterattack, though, tragedy strikes. The dinosaurs run a trick defense and sacrifice Hiromi so Gao can tackle Hiruma. His throwing arm is broken, Kurita's mental state is in shambles, and the Devilbats have no one to lead them. Musashi says he'll risk his body built up by carpentry. Ishimaru would have been the choice by default. But Hiruma knew that Sena would step up to lead the team in the end. And it's rough going. Sena is able to dodge thanks to his running, but Kurita is crumbling. His strength is gone, and thus he can't even understand Komusubi's strong talk. Because of this, Komusubi speaks in complete sentences for the first time, saying that he'll defend Sena and Kurita until his master recovers. The next play finally brings out the killer protective spirit in Kurita, and in order to protect his team, he needs to be strong and stop Gao. But can they win without Hiruma? Speak of the devil and he shall return. Oof, did Gao beat him up that bad? No, it's just sauce. But how did Hiruma get back on the field? Remember the 3-question game back with Mamori at the beginning of the series? Hiruma asked her the third and final question and she gets it wrong. So she's forced to wrap his arms and send him back out on the field. Is his throwing arm dead though? Turns out he's got one long pass left, and they use it to score a touchdown with Monta. But not before Mamori has her craziest reaction shot so far in the series. As Deimon comes back, the dinosaurs are panicking. Their win is slowly fading away despite wanting to take down Teikoku Gakuen, the other team going to the Christmas Bowl. They needed strength, violent strength to win, but Marco can't even defend against Kurita's impossible strength. Deimon needs another trick up their sleeve, though, to win, so Sena and Hiruma form the Deimon version of the Shinryuji's Naga's Dragonfly. With the combined power of Sena, Hiruma, and Kurita, they force their way down the field. Now, one of my favorite moments in the series happens where Sena protects the ball against Gao by using his body. He asks Gao to be gentle, to which he replies that's impossible. It hurts like hell for Sena, but Gao praises him for being strong and a good person for Marco to practice against, in order to beat the real Eyeshield 21. We come to the final play of the game, and Kurita says that he will beat Gao once and for all, so they can run the ball into the end zone. The two men put it all on the line, but Kurita is the one that ends up the victor, and Gao is proud that he got to stand and fight against a player that he acknowledges and respects. Deimon wins the Kanto Tournament, and will play Teikoku Gakuen in the Christmas Bowl. To me, it was incredibly disappointing that the anime didn't get to show off the Deimon vs. Hakushu match. I get it, Deimon fighting Ojo was more impactful, but they weren't in the Christmas Bowl, let alone the finals of the Kanto Tournament. This game was also huge for the development of Kurita and Sena. Kurita had a sparing amount of development in the series, and it was great to see him step up to become the best lineman in Kanto. Seeing him flip his switch and defeating Gao was incredible. Seina's quarterback role was also huge. He finally got to step up and lead the team. He was still his shy self for most of the game, but in terms of maturity, this game was important to our favorite running back. Not to mention, seeing Deimon pull off the dragonfly was really fun. While Hakushu didn't have any dynamic characters outside of Gao, Marco, Hiromi, and a kicker that settles for third in the Kanto region, Gao is one of my favorite non-Deimon characters in the series. He's monstrously strong, but not an idiot, which is important because we've already had enough big dumb characters in this series. On top of that, he's a man with a code, and he respects those that show some backbone. I wanted to see more of Gao in the anime, but we only got an episode. Rest assured, that's not the last we see of him in the manga, though. I will also say that Marco's reasons for winning were romantic but somewhat weak, considering he wanted to show Maria the Christmas Bowl sunrise. But it was interesting to see this normally skittish man take on a dual personality in order to be strong. Not that Seina didn't eventually beat him with his running skills, Devilbat ghosting all over the place. With that said, we've reached the end of the first part of the Eyeshield 21 two-parter. The last two arcs of the series will be covered in this Wednesday's episode, and I'll be giving my thoughts on them and how well they wrapped up the series. I will also give my thoughts on whether or not we could see the end of Eyeshield 21 animated one day. In the meantime, I want to know what you guys thought of the match against Hakushu. Did you enjoy it? Were you disappointed by it? How about your thoughts on the characters themselves, or my terrible pronunciation of the team names? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. For now, I'm Axel Blaze, and I am still salty about Musashi's hair. You had one job, TV Tokyo. One job. One job.